Welcome to Transfer Target Highlights and Story Source Credibility Ratings. You get to see highlights as well as all information about transfers linked with your club, and at the same time seeing the likelihood or the credibility of the transfer. Episode 1 is insane. We're looking at Liverpool transfers. Despite what you might have heard, Klopp has got some big plans this summer. Quick notice about the subscriber podcast, in which 3 YouTubers and 1 subscriber takes part. If you're interested in being a guest, let me know in the comments. Liverpool have started this transfer window with a bang, freeing up over £200,000 in weekly wages by shipping out Dejan Lovren and Adam Lallana. There's all the transfer activity from Liverpool so far in 2020, spending only on Takumi Minamino and at the same time shipping up Dejan Lovren and Alan for cash. The stats back up the decision to ship out Dejan Lovren. Conceded 1.27 goals per 90, the highest amongst all Liverpool defenders. Lovren's stats socially distanced themselves from all other Liverpool defenders, conceding 40% more goals when Lovren plays as opposed to the next worst Liverpool defender. Let's have a look at who's rumoured to take his place. First player is Ozan Kabak, 20-year-old playing for Schalke, and a player who is reportedly recommended to Klopp by best friend David Wagner. Kabak's accuracy comes in at 81.5%. This is particularly impressive, considering the fact he plays a lot of risky passes, long balls with the accuracy of a midfielder. He can go short, but he can also do those long diagonal balls, which are a feature of Virgil van Dijk's game, and recently Joe Gomez has added to his game. Kabak has made incredible progress year on year, coming through the famed academy of Galatasaray. He spent a single season in Galatasaray's first team, which was enough to secure Galatasaray the league and himself an £11 million move to Stuttgart, where he played very well for 1 season and then secured himself a £15 million move over to Schalke. Kabak has been all action this season for Schalke's defence, and the stats certainly back that up. Impressive 1.4 tackles and interceptions per 90. Kabak has the highest percentage of aerial duels won in Schalke, but he's 6'1", and if he joined Liverpool, he will certainly be the shortest defender on the roster, with Joel Matip coming in at 6'5" and Virgil van Dijk coming up at 6'4". He also said publicly that Van Dijk is his idol. Likelihood and credibility standpoint, I'll give this a 6 out of 10. Player in the Liverpool mould, and would have certainly been a higher score had it not been for the fact that in less than 6 months there have been 3 defensive players, all from Schalke, rumoured to have been recommended by David Wagner to Jurgen Klopp. Next 2 both play in La Liga, and I'm going to cover them concurrently. Aissa Mandi from Betis. Asking price is an alleged £10.8 million, whereas Liverpool have only offered $9 million so far. An Algerian international and has a year left on his contract. This rumour set the alarm bells ringing. Firstly, it started from the Daily Mirror, and anyone who knows about the Mirror, you don't take their stories with a pinch of salt, you take it with less than half a molecule of salt. He hasn't had an exceptional season and will turn 29 in October. That's less than 6 weeks after the start of the Premier League season. His stats for the last season are so average, there's no point going into them. In fact, the only thing positive about this transfer is the fact that he can play either flank or central defender, and we know Klopp really likes a good utility player. When you compute stats such as his age, compatibility with Liverpool's style of play, FSG's money ball resale value, and credibility of the source it came from, it gets a 1 out of 10. Credibility / likelihood of happening. Next player to unpack is Diogo Carlos of Sevilla. Now, he's 27, having just completed his first year in Spain, having moved from Nantes for £13 million, but his buyout clause is £68 million, even though multiple sources coming from the Telegraph, as well as emanating from Brazil, Spain and France, quote that Sevilla are prepared to listen to offers from £54 million and upwards. Now, Diogo's a pretty good player, but his stats don't compare to Kanban, making fewer tackles and interceptions per 90, whilst having similar numbers as Kanban for both aerial duels as well as passing percentages. Pretty much being linked with every single club going in the world. Bayern Munich, Manchester City, who apparently are the front runners, Liverpool, Arsenal, and as well as Chelsea and Real Madrid. So you can see, someone who's highly in demand. Credibility for this one is a 3. His stats are not as good as Kanban. He's highly in demand and is only 17 million less expensive than getting Kalidou Koulibaly. So you can't really see Michael Edwards investing in this one. Honourable mentions to Ben White, who's just finished his loan deal at Leeds and returns back to Brighton, as well as Lloyd Kelly, despite his relegation from Bournemouth, showed enough of himself to suggest that he can play at this level. But you get the picture. That's it. Those are the players being linked to replace Dejan Lovren at Liverpool. Let me know, out of all those options, who you'd like to see your team sign. And at the same time, let me know if there's any rumour you've heard about which I've also left out. Drop me a line if you're interested in the Subscriber Invitational podcast. Consider subscribing if you enjoyed. Do like, share and comment. And as always, until next time.